Super excited to be here, and I am going to go into a little bit of depth. I felt really inspired today to talk about the colors. I was explaining it to my best friend last week, and it's been a while since we've talked about it. And if you haven't noticed, in your Training Academy and eSuite, you do have a 5-minute color video. But why are colors, like, what is color personalities and why are they so important? And that's what I want to go over first, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about each color. But the reason that color personalities are so important is because they can categorize basically our personalities into 4 different colors and different types of people. Now, if you're not aware of this, you probably think that everybody thinks like you and everybody behaves like you and everybody does, like, their way of thinking, their process is the same as yours, and it's actually not. And this can be critical when it comes to communication, like absolutely critical when it comes to communication with your team, with your spouse, with your friends, with everybody. So it can actually create better and closer relationships if you learn the color personalities. Now, I want to be really clear. This is all about communication. This is not saying some personality types are better than others. This is not saying that people should be in leadership roles if you're a certain color type. Like, that has nothing to do with anything, really, because your level of desire is what drives you to do well in business. But your personality color is how you communicate and why you do the things that you do. So I'm going to go into a little bit of detail. I'm going to tell you the positives and the negatives so that you can kind of get a full rounded picture. Again, no one color is better than the other. Absolutely not. But I'm going to go into some details on percentage wise. Now, I'm going to start with red because I am red. And I learned the color personalities about 1.5 years into my business, and it absolutely changed the game for me. Before I learned the color personalities, I scared a lot of people away because I thought that they thought the same things that I did, and they didn't. We don't process the same way. So I would speak clearly to people if I was coaching them, and they would misconstrue what I said because, I'll tell you, I'll go into the details on what reds are like. So reds are only 5% of the population. Okay, so reds are like few and far between, so don't worry. They are self-motivated. They are natural leaders and planners. They are usually like the CEO, or they're a GM, or they're always in leadership. And they are comfortable with change. They're problem solvers. So they're always looking for a solution. They're always looking for new opportunities. They're driven to success. They're well organized. You can talk to them about money. They're goal oriented. So if you give them a task or a contest, Trisha, I'm watching the newsfeed come up. They'll go after it and they'll make sure that they hammer it out. There's no way that it's getting past them. Okay. So that's what a red is like. They can be passive aggressive because they don't know how to communicate correctly. And often what you'll find is the negative sides of them, I'm going to tell you, is that they can be really, really critical and they overanalyze. They can be control freaks. They can be really overwhelming to every other color. And people can see them as inconsiderate or like they bulldoze over people, but they don't know that they're doing it. So they communicate very clearly with no filter, and that's fine if you're working with another red. But if you're not working with another red, other people see you as really, really aggressive, and they tend to offend people without even knowing that they're offending people. So you see usually them as fairly powerful people, that they're confident, they're in leadership roles, and then there are our greens. So our greens are only 10% of the population, and they are very analytical. They are the people that need to know the ingredients. They need to know the how-tos. They need to know all of the things before they do anything. They're researchers. They're very, very methodical. They're excellent trainers because they'll know every ingredient and what it does, and they'll know the comp plan, and know how to make you a lot of money. They are slow to make decisions, and sometimes you can see that on the other side and think that they're being difficult, but really they're just grabbing information, gathering information so that they can see all sides of the coin and make sure that they make an informed decision. They're very uncomfortable in new situations, and they really like facts, details, dates. Like, they really like to know the facts before they move forward. Now, the negative side is you can see them as stubborn. You can see them as they're digging their heels in and they're being difficult. that they are almost emotionless, like they don't have highs and lows, they're just very deadpan, and that's has nothing to do with like how kind they are or anything like that. They're just like very even Steven, and they like to research, and they like to know the facts before they make informed decisions. So if you have somebody that's asking you a lot of questions in your business, a lot of questions about the compensation plan or about products, ingredients, the company, they're more than likely greens, and you just have to be patient with them and give them the information that they need so they can digest it and make a good decision. The next color is blue. And blue are our adventurers. They are the people that love meeting other people. They love partying. They love traveling. They're the life of the party when they show up. They will be at every single event. They'll have sleepovers with you. They'll be out for dinner with you the night before. They absolutely love the idea of travel, and they love having fun. On the other side of it, and like they're fabulous. They're so much fun to be around. But on the other side of it, they can be seen as weak, that they lack goals, because they are very much one thing to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. They have a very hard time focusing. So it's like they'll start doing something and be like squirrel, and then they'll be off down that tangent, and then they'll be doing that tangent for a little while, and then they'll be like squirrel. So you have to, with blues, you kind of have to keep them on track and give them tasks and help them focus on stuff. So if you're speaking with a blue about either the business or products, you're going to want to talk about how much fun we have, the events, the travel that's available, that life's like a big party, that we have wrap parties or try-it parties, that we can host those and they can be the party. You're going to want to talk to them if they're looking at products, about our Live Fit community and how much fun it is to be accountable and make friendships in there. But they are really slow to make decisions on the other side of things, and they spend a lot of time thinking things over to the point that it almost paralyzes them. So that's the other side of blues. And then the last side is our yellows, and they're caregivers. They are 75%. 75%, okay? These are the people that love to help other people. They always put people first before themselves. You'll want to talk to them about our Gives Back charity. You're going to talk to them about how many hundreds of thousands of people that we've helped with our products. They enjoy encouraging others. They're really great cheerleaders. They're always the people that are cheering you on, that have something nice to say, that are putting nice comments on your posts. They're very, very thoughtful, considerate, sweet people. And they are a lot more comfortable behind the scenes. They don't like being the center of attention. They hate drama. So if there's any drama, do not bring it to them. And they really, hold on just a sec. I want to tell you, they can also be really passive aggressive, and like this on the other side of it, they exaggerate things. So they often, they exaggerate something's been said, and they take it personally, and they are hurt or offended. They take too much personally. They are not really great at listening, and they can be a bit disorganized. But that's okay, because every single color brings something different to the table, and we need all of the color personalities to work well in a community, and to create really great in relationships and balance, and we all learn little bits and pieces from each other. So what I want to talk to you a little bit about is how to talk to each color. And if you've ever read the 5 love languages, if you haven't read the 5 love languages, I highly recommend it. But if you haven't read the 5 love languages, it's 5 different ways that people feel love. And you may feel love differently than your partner. So if you're not giving love the way that somebody receives love, and you're giving it the way that you receive love. So I'm going to give you an example. I gotta remember what they are. So the 5 love languages, saying I love you, like words of encouragement, buying gifts, quality time spent together, touch, like passion, touch, and there's one more. I can't remember. But anyways, long story short, if my love language is spending quality time with my husband, but his love language is buying gifts, it's not, but like I'm just giving you an example, is buying gifts, and if he buys me gifts, but he's never home, I'm not going to feel loved, because I feel love by spending quality time with somebody. If I just hang out with him all the time and never think of him and never buy him anything and never surprise him with gifts, he doesn't feel loved because he doesn't feel loved the same way that I feel loved. So I love the 5 love languages because it gives you a really great idea of how to communicate and how you don't have to be that color to communicate in that language. You just have to understand what those people need and what are triggers for them that will like light their brain up and get them excited and set their soul on fire. So if you're speaking with a red and you're talking about our products, you're going to want to talk about a 90-day challenge. You're going to want to talk about results. You're going to want to show before and after pictures. They don't really care about the details. They don't really care about the ingredients. They just want to know what they have to do to get from point A to point B. That's it. If you're talking to them about the business, you're going to want to talk to them about money. You're going to want to talk to them about bonuses. You're going to want to talk to them about how quickly they can make money or the goals that they can set. You're going to want to show them the average income chart and show them whatever promotional bonus we have going on right now. But that's what's going to lead them, and tell them that there's opportunity for leadership and that you're looking for other leaders. And that's really going to, and you'll know you're talking to a red when they bring up cost or they bring up results. Okay. When it comes to blues, I kind of give you a little bit of a background on them, but you talk about the party, you talk about how much fun it is, you talk about, throwing parties, you know, like what you'd want a blue to come to a try it party if you wanted them as a customer. You'd want them to come to an one team, one mission, or a boot camp, or a get together with your girlfriends on the weekend. That's where you'd want to bring a blue in if you want to talk to them about the products or the business. They may not be the most consistent with the products, right? But they'll want to be part of the group. So they'll use the products and they'll tell people about it because they want to be part of the group. And if you're going to talk to them about business, you're going to talk to them about the opportunities to travel and the incentive trips and the events that they can host themselves, like the try-out parties, and they can be a party host. Or you're going to want to talk to them about any of the events that we can go to and how you can actually go to different ODMs and boot camps anywhere, and that you can earn leadership trips, and you're meeting all these new people and it's so much fun. So you're going to talk about how much fun it is. With greens, you're just going to file them information. That's what you're going to do. Whether it comes to the products and they're asking about ingredients, you're going to just give them a screenshot of the list of ingredients. They also might want to see before and after pictures because they want to see proof and they want to analyze. Can they do that? They're going to want to know the cost right away. They're going to want to know about the loyal customer program. They're going to want to know about our compensation plan. If you're talking to them about business, they're going to want to see it, or they're going to want it explained really, really, really well. So they're going to want all of those things, and it's going to feel like you're just handing them paper after paper after paper, but they want that. They want to be able to go and research. The key with them is to have the conversation with them, and instead of them going to Google Joe Blow out there, who is the first person that pops up on Google, you want to keep the conversation with them. So you do want to stay engaged and ask questions to them. And then when it comes to yellows, you're going to want to talk about how much the products have helped you, helped your friends, helped your customers, how much they feel better, what a great Live Fit community we have, and we'll put you in there. It's a free community with accountability and encouragement and motivation and healthy recipes, and we're setting you up for success, and it's such a great group. We all love each other there, and it's full of positive people. You want to create the environment for yellows and the culture, and you want them to fall in love with what we do. When it comes to talking about business, you want to talk about the gives back. You want to talk about how many hundreds of people that we've helped. You want to talk, they're usually like nurses or teachers or like caregivers, people that are above and beyond. They put others before themselves. So those are the people that you want to talk about, what a tight group of people that we have and we've met, what positive people we've met in this business, and how amazing our team is, and how we work together. And you can talk about Wealth Wednesday, or you can talk about, like I said, the Gives Back charity, but you really want to encompass community and culture for our yellows. So if you have any questions about that, please comment below, or feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions and go into more detail. Maybe you are starting to recognize that you have some of these people on your team, and you're like, oh, that's why this person that's red rubs me the wrong way and I'm yellow. Or that's why this person blue can never focus and I can never get a hold of them because they're always off doing something and they don't focus well. Or maybe you have a green that you've been talking to and you're like, why are they so difficult? Why, often we internalize and we think, oh, they're questioning me, they're questioning the authenticity of me or our company, but really they're just gathering facts, right? So when you learn those things about different personality types, it makes it a lot easier to give the right information to the right people, and you just kind of keep an ear out for the little triggers, the little trigger words that are going to tell you what kind of color they are or what motivates them. And you can ask questions too, you know, like, are you looking for an extra few $100s a month? Are you looking, are you a stay-at-home mom and you're looking for a community of people? Or are you somebody that wants to travel all over the world and build an international business? Or are you somebody that is obsessed with how clean our products are and how amazing our compensation plan is? So you'll know how to talk to people once you recognize what color it is, even if it's not your color. And if you need to call in backup because you're like, I don't know how to talk to this red, or I don't know how to talk, it just is it's a practice, and you'll learn that those people will engage with you more if you learn their color personality and learn how to speak their language. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you a little bit of insight today, and I'm excited because I know that learning this absolutely changed the game for my business. It changed everything, and I encourage you guys to do the same. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you soon. Bye.